Exactly 2 years ago today, a gunman shot and killed 49 people at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando.
And today, teenagers held rallies all across the country, also paying tribute to other victims of gun violence, including the 17 people who were killed in February's school shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland.
Tonight, First Coast News reporter Eric Alvarez shows us the protest right here in Jacksonville.
It is time to stand up and take action. Enough is enough.
March for Our Lives Jacksonville held a rally outside the Duval County Courthouse where flags fly at half-staff in honor of the Pulse nightclub victims.
My heart broke. No place could ever be safe, I thought.
Teens and young adults held similar protests across the country and in the nation's capital, calling for tighter gun laws.
It's incredibly frustrating that it had to come to this and that it had to come to the kids doing this, and it couldn't have been our parents or the generations before this.
Now, exactly at noon, they all laid down here on the grass and stayed perfectly silent for 12 whole minutes, or 720 seconds.
To represent the approximate number of people that have died in a mass shooting since the Pulse nightclub.
GunViolenceArchive.org, which classifies a mass shooting as one where 4 or more people are injured or killed, backs that claim up. While just about everyone agrees mass shootings are a problem in the United States, not everyone agrees gun laws are the answer. Here in Florida, some school districts are considering adding more resource officers and arming school staff. Mia Cleary says it'll take more than that. And until elected officials push for tighter gun regulations, she won't stop fighting for the victims.
Honor them with action is a big saying that we have. Don't just say that you feel bad that it happened. Continue to fight and continue to keep the conversation moving.
Eric Alvarez, First Coast News, on your side.